Plate. Here's the airplane symbol based on what the bad elf is telling the ForeFlight system on my iPad. So here we are on the runway 30. We'll be able to track ourselves outbound and inbound using the airplane symbol on the iPad, and it'll match up exactly what's going on here. So you can see there's Manny, the outer marker Manny is here, and he's also got that frequency loaded up to see what's going on here. So everything is completely coordinated. Okay. Now, if you wanted all the information you could get from the G1000 before you take off, that's pretty much what you get right there.
Ready to depart.
So, and we can make it as accurate as we want, and we can do like simulated actual conversations with the controllers and tower. November 182 Romeo Bravo, you are clear for takeoff, runway 30. He's going to track outbound on the localizer. I'll give him vectors, come back around, and he's going to shoot this approach. He's leaning it out for higher density altitude. Okay, now as the instructor, I have a couple of tools available to me monitor what's going on, how he's flying. I can watch him here on the iPad. You see the airplane symbols moving now, going outbound on the localizer.
That's the marker.
Yep. And then I can also watch him here on this screen. And this screen is just what a radar controller would see in real life.
Big Sky approach. System 182 Romeo Bravo. 6,200 for 8,000.
November 182 Romeo Bravo, you are 3 miles northwest of the Bozeman Airport. Climb, maintain 8,000, intercept and track outbound on the runway 12 localizer. So here, you know, he can look at the CDI needle and figure out whatever heading adjustments he needs to make. He's got a couple of things that can help him do that. Look over here. Track outbound on the localizer. He's using his green CDI needle here, which will help him, and he can use the flight director to turn the heading bug toward a heading that will help him intercept 1,000 feet to level off. That's why you get that blue flashing box here. He selected 8,000. The G1000 is warning him he's within 1,000 feet of that selected altitude. And you're going to see this change too. He's got 8,000 feet selected. That's what the white S means. It's going to flip over to green, and you'll see it say 8,000 feet, which is letting him know that the flight director has captured his selected altitude. And these pink command bars are going to lower closer to the horizon when he gets there. So that all is going to change. So there's all kinds of information right there on that one screen for him to use to help. Yeah, see how that changed? Now you have the flashing green altitude box. Flight director comes down, helping him capture that. That sound is him crossing over the outer marker on the way out. There's the outer marker. Okay, so now he's at his 8,000 feet. And another mile or so, I'm going to give him vectors, pretending I'm a radar controller, and ask him to turn to the west and then back to the east. So he's going to go this way, come back the opposite direction, intercept the localizer using the setup here, and he'll come back in and shoot the approach back into the airport. So now I'm going to give you vectors. November 182 Romeo Bravo, left turn heading 270.
Left turn heading 270, 182 Romeo Bravo.
So now he turns his heading bug. The magenta command bars are going to move over to that selected heading. And when you're in autopilot mode, which you are with the AP there, the airplane will fly itself. Here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a heading of east and then tell you to intercept the localizer. So, November 182 Romeo Bravo, right turn, heading 090, intercept the runway 12 localizer.
Right turn 090 to intercept the localizer, 182 Romeo Bravo.
And November 182 Romeo Bravo, you are clear for the ILS runway 12 approach.
Cleared for the ILS 12 approach in the Bozeman Yellowstone 182 Romeo Bravo.
Okay. Now you could hit approach and load the glide slope. You'll see the glide slope will come up here, arm now.
Bozeman Yellowstone Tower, system 182 Romeo Bravo, outside Manning.
Remember, 182 Romeo Bravo, you are cleared to land, runway 12.
Clear to land, runway 12, 182 Romeo Bravo.
I can actually see the red line shows me what he did. Okay, so there's the rocks, there's the mountains. You can see you're taking off and aiming right at a mountain. So we can practice these types of scenarios in different parts of the country. Even if you're not planning to fly into Eagle, Colorado, you may want to learn different obstacle departure procedures just in case you ever encounter a situation like this.
So here we are on a beautiful, pristine day, and Andy can make it, you know, you study the departure procedure and you see a mountain and everything looks, and then you put the weather bad and all of a sudden it's like, uh-oh.
That's an obstacle departure procedure for this airport, for the situation. And what you're going to do is you're going to take off and weave your way to the southwest around this mountain. And that's what this is showing graphically, and we can go through scenarios like this here in the sim. Learn that in a safe environment. You know, on a day like today, you could see and avoid, but if I make the weather ugly, which I'm about to do here in a minute, then you can see how following a procedure like this is very important to avoid obstacles, like the big mountain at the end of the runway. Once again, airport elevation 6,547, so if I put in a ceiling of, let's say, even 1,000 feet above that, and reduce the visibility a little bit, you'll see try to make the mountain go away in a reasonable scenario here. So the mountain is still out there. You definitely need to fly that procedure because you're not going to be able to see and avoid the mountain. We can practice scenarios like that in the simulator. You know, if you want to get exposed to instrument approaches that involve DME Arcs, we can relocate you to an airport that has DME Arcs as part of the approach plate, and we can practice those right here in the simulator. Like the recent approach we did in the runway 12 at Bozeman, you know, it's possible that you would get a DME Arc as part of that approach clearance. So we can learn how to do DME Arcs right here in the sim.